What is the current thing that future generations will say, "I can't believe they used to do that"? The way we treat cancer, hopefully. Dialysis. If you know the process, it's gruesome and medieval. Overuse of antibiotics. Hopefully file your own taxes. It's needlessly complicated. USA. Edit. Since this is getting some traction. 1. Many countries do this successfully. 2. Yes. This would be for most people. A small percent of the population would make adjustments. The IRS knows most of your itemized information anyway. 3. I have probably prepared over 1,000 1040s. Mostly rich people with complicated taxes. 4. Yes. You can file yours in 4 minutes. That doesn't mean everyone else can. Science. This plastic stuff is really difficult and expensive to recycle. Never truly goes away. And likely has horrible long-term effects on the bodies of all organic life on Earth. Humans included. People use plastic for everything. All the time. Everywhere. Being in places with no internet signal. I lived in a small town where there was almost no signal until recently, but I'm seeing fewer and fewer places where that is the case. Toilet paper. I can't wait for the 3 shells. For the USA. I'm really hoping they'll be horrified that healthcare was for profit and many people paid for cancer treatments through popularity contests online. BC. The ass first pose. Sorry, don't know what it's called. Like, here's a pic of your grandmother at the Grand Canyon when she was young. Sorry her ass is so prominent in every picture, but that was the style at the time. No, I don't have any other poses of her. Hopefully things like school shootings will become something we only talk about in past tense. We'll look at a graph over time. And this time period is just a weird uptick amidst a big downward trend. That we used to get most of our energy by burning the planet. Coal, natural gas, gasoline, oil, trees, whatever. Any of that. We literally poisoned and killed ourselves slowly and knowingly for like 100+ years so far. Just like we can look back on the use of lead pipes and paint and asbestos, insulation, flooring, whatever, and be rather disgusted. I sincerely hope we do so with oil. In my lifetime would be amazing, and the sooner the better at the rate we're going. I really think a long time from now we'll view how we treat animals pretty distastefully. Elephants bury their dead and can paint. Dolphins have language and some are growing thumbs. They're clearly more sentient than we give them credit for, and we use our lack of understanding of consciousness to justify it. Drive your own car, especially when drunk. Now, this is way in the future. But I can imagine a bunch of laughing drunk college students stumbling into their self-driving car and saying, "OMG, how did they do it back in the old days? I can barely walk straight." The correct answer would be, they died. That's how they did it in the old days. They died. The incessant inundation of marketing in our daily lives. Our technology gathers our data to tailor ads to sell us more useless trash. Your TV records you so people in an office somewhere can socially engineer ways to sell you another TV. We see something like 5,000+ advertisements a day. They're still trying to put big ads in the night sky. It's far too much, and the future will consider us barbaric for allowing it. People use that loser website, Reddit. I think having multiple monthly services for essentially the same thing. There's people out there that pay for Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and even some more at the same time. I think in the future we will either go back to having one central service or have at least learned to only have one active and cancel the others in the meantime. The way the mental health system treats psych patients in hospitals and programs: when you have severe symptoms, you'll get drugged up, and the whole experience is pretty traumatizing. It's also quite surprising how little people in hospitals actually know about mental health. It's not always specific people either. It's just the system as a whole. Getting sent home in the middle of a mental health crisis because your insurance cuts out. Or losing a bed in a program because someone is worse than you. Being in hospitals really makes you rate everyone's symptoms and how bad they are. You'll subconsciously start putting people in order from worst mental health to best. It's a really toxic experience. Once you get put into a long-term program, it's just so terrible. So much goes under the radar when it's government-run. Working 5 days a week, hopefully. Hopefully the way people treat one another, both online or out in the real world. Buying bottled water from another continent.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.